أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم والتابعين إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم ارزقنا علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا وشفاء من كل داء، ونعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع، ومن قلب لا يخشع، ومن عين لا تدمع، ومن نفس لا تشبع، ومن دعاء لا يستجاب له. آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم ألهمنا وسددنا، اللهم ألهمنا رشدنا وقنا شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. اللهم أتمم علينا نعمك ظاهرة وباطنة، واسترنا فوق الأرض وتحت الأرض ويوم العرض عليك. اللهم اجعلنا من الحامدين، واجعلنا من الشاكرين، واجعلنا من أهل الهدى والرضا والتوكل واليقين، واجعلنا من أهل الصدق ومن أهل الإخلاص ومن أهل البركات ومن أهل الأنوار ومن أهل النفحات ومن أهل الكرامات. وافتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وعفوك وجودك وكرمك وإحسانك يا رب العالمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. اللهم يا بر يا رحيم، يا حنان يا منان، يا بديع السماوات والأرض، يا قادر يا قدير يا مقتدر، يا نعم المولى ويا نعم النصير. باسمك الأعظم ورضوانك الأكبر وسلطانك القديم وعرشك العظيم الكريم وبيتك العتيق وبأسمائك الحسنى التي نعلمها ولا نعلمها وباسمك الأعظم الأحب إليك الذي إذا دعيت به استجبت. يا الله يا حي يا قيوم، وعنت الوجوه للحي القيوم. يا واحد يا أحد، يا فرد يا صمد، يا واجد يا موجود، يا محيي يا يميت، يا حي يا قيوم. يا الله 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 يا الله، بحقك يا الله وبحق حبيبك المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم وباسمك الأعظم الأحب إليك، تقبل منا ودع البركة والنور والقبول فيما نفعل وفيما نقول، واجعلنا من الصادقين، واجعلنا من المخلصين، واجعلنا من المخلصين، واجعلنا من المتقين، واجعلنا من أهل الهدى والرضا واليقين. اللهم اعف عنا يا عفو، اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة التامة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة. يا وهاب يا وهاب يا وهاب، يا من تعطي لمن لا يستحق وأنت الأحق. اللهم إنا لا نستحق وأنت الأحق، فهب لنا من لدنك رحمة، هب لنا من لدنك كرامة، هب لنا من لدنك فضلا، هب لنا من لدنك رضوانا يا صاحب الفضل العظيم. تفضل علينا يا أرحم الراحمين، تفضل علينا يا أكرم الأكرمين، تفضل علينا، تفضل علينا نظرة من نظراتك وابتسامة من ابتساماتك ونورا من أنوارك تغنينا بها عمن سواك. ربي إلهي مولاي خالقي، نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، ونشهد أن محمدا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم، حقا وصدقا ويقينا ودعوة وتبليغا، وأنت راض عنا وتقبل منا. ارحم أمة الحبيب المصطفى حيها وميتها، اغفر لأمة الحبيب المصطفى حيها وميتها، واجعلنا من الشاهدين، واجعلنا من أوليائك الصالحين ومن جندك المنصورين. اللهم من أرادنا وأراد الإسلام والمسلمين بخير فيسره إلى كل خير، ومن أرادنا وأراد الإسلام والمسلمين بشر فخذه أخذ عزيز مقتدر واجعل تدبيره في تدميره يا رب العالمين. ربي اجتمعنا في سبيلك لآلاء كلمتك والقرب إليك، فتقبل هذا الجمع واجعلنا يا ربي أحباء فيك يا ربي، واجعلنا متقابلين مقبولين مقربين محببين إليك وإلى ملائكتك يا ربي وإلى صالح المؤمنين والمؤمنات بفضلك وجودك وكرمك وإحسانك يا رب العالمين. اللهم أعزنا بعزك ولا تحرمنا من فضلك. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأعلي بحق كلمة الحق والدين، واجعلنا من أهل العزة والكرامة يا رب العالمين، دنيا وآخرة يا رب العالمين. وبارك فينا وبارك علينا وبارك في أزواجنا وأولادنا وأهلنا وإخواننا في الله وأخواتنا في الله وكل من سألنا الدعاء وكل من لهم حق علينا من الأحياء والأموات بفضلك وجودك وكرمك وإحسانك يا رب العالمين. يا مجيب يا قريب يا سميع يا بصير، تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم، وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت أرحم الراحمين. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم بعدد من صلى عليه وبعدد من لم يصلي عليه وبالعدد الذي ينبغي أن يصلى عليه وبالعدد الذي تحب أن يصلى عليه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد. Today we're going to talk about a topic very important, and I almost all my life looking for every piece of information about it, which is the diseases of the heart. Let's see first what is disease. Disease generates a symptom. This symptom, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us like a sign. When you have pain, when you have a fever, when you fatigue, when you cannot be normal, the person you call it sick, or in Arabic alil. The person is not normal anymore. He's sick. So and so is sick. He cannot function properly. He doesn't have strength. Can be physically and emotionally, or physically and emotion and mentally. According to the disease and where it's coming from, it generates a symptom. This symptom, it generates certain paralyzation or weakness or fatigue or disability to the person. That's why a person is really sick, we call the person disabled. He cannot function anymore. He's not normal. Now, this is the diseases of the body. Imam Abu Hamid al-Ghazali rahmatullah alayhi said something so beautiful and so powerful. He said all the disease of the earth has one cure. Only one. Death. Once you die, you have no pain. Finished. All your pain is gone. All your agony is gone. We're talking about now so far what? The physical diseases. But he said, this Imam Abu Hamid al-Ghazali, I'm quoting, rahmatullah alayh, he said, but the diseases of the heart, once you die, the pain starts, which is the torture of the grave until the torture of the day of judgment, until the torture in Jahannam wal-'iyāzu billah. And I want you to think about something. Once you hear somebody sick, did you go to the doctor? What happened? Did you go to another doctor? Did you have a second opinion? And we're willing to spend any money for curing of the body. any money, any time. And if the doctor said you have to go to the hospital, what we do? We have to go to the hospital. If the doctor said we have to be admitted for a month, we have to be admitted for a month. It will cost such and such every night, no problem. Why? Because I value to be cured. I want to go back to normal. I want to have my strength back. I want able to do what I can do. And there's no enjoyment, no pleasure, no resting, no peace, no tranquility, no any goodness. When you go to the hospital, you find the person is sleeping or lying down in a bed. You do not ask him, did you make money? Did you not ask him if he's going to job or no? You will not find a person, lying down sick or very ill, and he tell you, I want to get married, I want to do this, unless the person really something wrong with him, because the person is sick. That's why when you're sick, the whole dunya and what it contains, this material life, doesn't mean nothing. And you have only one goal and one aim is to be cured. And you cannot wait from the doctor to say, this medication will cure you. Yeah, once you hear that, it's done. And imagine when you hear the doctor said, you have no cure, nothing we can do, or we do not know what to do. You feel down, you feel like the whole earth is falling down on you. Why? We value the health. Our health of the body we value. I want you to be with me, because today we're going to talk about a very, very extremely serious topic. And I'm going to quote from you, or for you, straightforward from Quran, and see what Allah tells us about this topic and the hadith related to this issue. But I'm just preparing you only for one topic. This topic, all of us agree about it. When a person is sick, he needs immediate intervention. Immediate intervention. And whatever, how much money you have, jewelry you have, you're willing to spend anything. Oh, he has to go to Europe, he has to go to America, he has to go here, she has to go there. We're willing to do anything to cure our body. And all this money to cure our body is not a big deal, because the body is actually the shell. The body is the shell, is not the main one. The main one is the heart. And the heart in here, the scholar is debating about it. It is the physical heart or the unseen heart, which is containing all the relationship between us and Allah, between us and ourselves, between us and angel, between us and shayateen. This is the place where everybody fight. Like mankind now, all the superpower fighting for oil and gas and natural resources. And everybody suffering for the game of the few. Similar. All your body and limbs is suffering and can be suffering from the diseases of the heart. But the disease of the heart in here is not high blood pressure, and low blood pressure is not artery this or not swelling in the heart. No. No. We're talking about the unseen heart. One scholar, he called it the khazana, the treasure box, the safe deposit, the one containing all the unseen activity. This is the one Allah look at it. Allah do not look at your body. The angel do not look at your body, they look at your heart. And this is why we have the famous hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, أَلَا أَنَّ فِي الْجَسَدَ مُضْغَةً. In this body is a piece of flesh. If it's good, the whole body is good. If it's bad, the whole body is bad. أَلَا وَهِيَ الْقَلْبِ. And in Arabic, سُمِّيَ قَلْبِ لِتَقَلُّبِهِ. The qalb, the heart, called qalb, because qalb coming from keep changing, is not stable. And the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam understand that. How we stabilize the heart? This is the job of messenger and prophets. They took the complete medication from Allah, and once you have the complete medication, now you're stable. But this for messenger prophets. Can we be stable 100%? We will never be. Why? Because we're not messenger and prophets, and we're not angels. We are in war, big war, but internal war. And this is why, like Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyya, he said, how you can pass or be victorious in outside war, when the inside war, you are defeated inside. That's why if you are defeated inside, you will be defeated outside. And if you are victorious inside, Allah give you victory outside. That's why the victory in our life from outside is according to the amount of victory within. And this amount of victory within, according to what? The amount of medication we take in a regular basis to cure ourselves. Can I stop the medication? No way. This medication, we have to take it until we die. But what is nice about it is, we do not have to pay for it, but we have to sacrifice our life for it. By the way, the more you take the medication, the more the doctor, the owner of the medication, makes this medication work for you. And he promised to work for you. And he promised he will take care about you. And now, I'm not sick anymore. Now I have the strength. We're going to talk about now the different style of weakness over strength, but not from physical point of view, from heart and soul point of view. Are you ready? This is the most important topic, and I will show you from Quran why it is important. And you can record or take a note. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he talked about munafiqeen, the hypocrite one. What the hypocrite one in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 10. في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا. In their heart is a disease, and Allah increased their disease. Imagine, in their own heart is a disease, and Allah increased their disease. Be careful, this is a hypocrite. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Hajj, chapter Al-Hajj, verse 53, He said, لِيَجْعَلْ مَا يُلْقِي الشَّيْطَانَ فِتْنَةً لِلَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ. Allah, He make what shaitan put in our heart is a fitna. Meaning the waswasa, the whisper of shaitan going to our heart and our soul is a fitna. Allah allowed it. Why? Is a fitna. But now I have two issues. Either I take the medication from Allah, I will get cured. Or I listen to my waswasa. And what will happen? The shaitan and my nafs. And I will be defeated. I will be sick. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 60, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and if the hypocrite would not stop it, and those who have diseases in their heart, in Medina, You will be leaving soon. Allah will kick them out. Anyway, I can take you now about Surah Al-Muddathir, verse 31, Yunus 57, which is the most beloved to me, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قَدْ جَاءَتْكُمْ مَوْعِظَةٌ مِّنْ رَبِّكُمْ وَشِفَاءٌ لِمَا فِي الصُّدُورِ. Your Lord send you maw'idah, wisdom, and a cure of what you have in your chest, and guidance and rahmah from Allah. Say, with the guidance and rahmah of Allah, they should be happy. Is better than what all other accumulate. Because if you're going to be cured, you have no torture in the grave, you have no torture in the day of judgment, and you go to Jannah. Look at the amount. And if you will not be cured, torture in the moment of death, torture in the grave, torture in the day of judgment, torture in Jahannam. Is this a small topic now? For physical diseases, we're willing to spend all the money, and the family get united, and they borrow the money, and they're selling land, and they're selling cow, and they're selling houses to pay for maybe, even sometimes the doctor said, we're not sure, but we'll try. And we're willing to spend all the amount of money, any amount of money, for maybe cure. And the cure of the heart, the one can lead me to the peace and tranquility and success and happiness and pleasure in this life and hereafter. I'm so stingy against myself. Imagine. This way, if I'm a believer of what Allah said, I will be willing to spend all my life and all my money and everything to have what? A pure and pure heart. So when I meet Allah, I will be ready. Surah Al-Isra, chapter Isra, verse 82. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَنُنَزِّلْ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَلَا يَزِيدَ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. We send from the Quran a cure and mercy to the believer. And Zalimin, the oppressor, it will not do anything to them except increasing what? They're lost. Because if you hear the Quran and you do not benefit from it, and you do not be cured, it will be what? Khasara. It will be what? Khasara. What is khasara? A lost. Like the people who go to this halaqah and this halaqah and this sheikh and this sheikh. MashaAllah, he's very nice, very nice. I like him, he like me. And what happened? We do not take it as a cure. The word of Allah and knowledge of Allah should be a cure. If it will not be curing me, something wrong with me. And this knowledge can be against me, can be witness against me. Now, and Surah At-Tawbah, verse 14 and 15, again Allah talk about the same thing. By this way, I'm just giving you a glimpse, because if you see the amount of verses in Quran about this topic is unbelievable. Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 32. Now, when you look in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defined the people into three: mu'mineen, hypocrite, munafiqeen, and kuffar. The kuffar and munafiqeen, they have diseases. What kind of disease? the disease of denying, the disease of arrogance, the disease of not thanking Allah and show gratitude to Allah, and disease of not acknowledgement of the bounty of Allah, the disease internal of stingy, hate, aggression, aggressor, zulm. Love yourself, ego, love material, life. And this is why the aggressor, the zalim, the hypocrite, they do not punish anybody except themselves. Because they are the lost one. They sold the message and their soul and their heart for a small price, for a few minutes enjoyment. And they forget the goal and the message of Allah to them. I want you to be careful, because we have to, when we hear this, I ask myself, where am I? Because what's the difference between the companion of Rasulullah and us? They took the medication 100%, and this medication, it generates cure almost 100%. And now the body is strong, the soul is strong, the heart is strong, the heart is pure. And now they focus to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why we fail? Why we are a failure? Why we cannot be united? Why we cannot love each other? Why we cannot be pure to each other? Why? Because we are sick. Imagine when we meet each other, I am sick, you sick. Once we get closer, once we hug and kiss, you give me some of your disease, I give you some of your disease. Now we're generating a unity of diseases. But when the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, they meet, no hugs, no kisses. But they was cured with their own smile, and the radiation of their heart to each other was full of love and sincerity, and willing to give, willing to sacrifice for each other. Allah descended barakah, blessing over them, and He put barakah in their action, in their body, in their thought, in their thinking, in their relationship. And now everything you do is cured. Is cured. Are you with me? How many of us said, I want to do this, but I can't. I wish to do this, I can't. I want to do this, I can't. Even I meet some sister and some brother, I ask him, why you cannot love each other? I said, I want, but I do not know what to do. No, it's not because we do not know what to do. We're not willing to do. We're not willing to do. Because the heart is sick. I want you to go to any major store and buy any glue. We talked about it before. If you buy any glue, any good glue, and you read the instruction to use this glue, the first stage, they said, dry and clean both surfaces. Make sure both surface is clean before you apply the material, and otherwise it will not work. Both surface, not one surface. I used to do that. And you put the glue, you put the material, and 1 hour, 2 hours is glued very well. 2, 3 hours later is gone, is broken again. Why? There's nothing wrong with the glue. The surface was not cleaned properly. Both surface. And it has to be equal cleaning. You cannot clean one surface very well and another one little bit. I want you to apply this to each other. I come to you with 30% goodness, and I want to unite you to me. We want to unite for Sabilillah. But my intention is 30% good. Your intention maybe 40% good. Do you think it will work? No. We might smile, hugging and kisses, whatever, and that's it. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. Can we have a bond? No. Can we have strength? No. Can we continue? No. Can we sacrifice for each other? No. Can we willing to really give an ithar, meaning I love the goodness for you above me? All this quality coming from pure heart, and all the diseases coming and the symptom from sick heart. Do you see where I'm coming from or no? That's why all the symptom of the ummah, because the heart is sick. And the heart is sick is not supposed to be the quality of a mu'min, believe it or not. If you read what I'm reading, wallahi, you will be scared. Because the diseases of the heart belong to the hypocrite only. What about the mu'min? He should not be sick. He can be weak a little bit. Shaitan can, obsess you a little bit, but you cannot be sick. You cannot. If you are a mu'min, you cannot be sick. You cannot. You cannot. And even if it will happen for a small time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, that's it. And you go back to the original state, the state of Iman. You can make mistake, you can commit sin, no problem. But you go back to the state of Iman. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah An-Nur, chapter An-Nur, verse 21. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَوْلَا فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَتُهُ مَا زَكَّ مِنْكُمْ مِنْ أَحَدٍ أَبَدًا. And if it was not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goodness to you, He will never cure anyone among you. Meaning each one of us, the amount of cure internal is a gift and hibah from Allah. Gift, guidance is a cure. Iman is a cure. Quality is a cure. Every goodness is a certain level of curing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not from us. Okay? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah An-Nur, verse 28, again, He emphasized the same topic. And here, the author, he talk about, and this again, verse 30, Surah An-Nur, and Surah Al-A'la, 14 and 15, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ فَصَلَّى. The successful one, the one who cured his soul. Verse 8, who's the successful one? The one who opened to do tazakka. What is tazkiyah? You hear it a lot from different shuyukh. Tazkiyat al-anfus, tazkiyat al-qulub. Zakka in here, it's coming from curing, purifying. And also it has meaning in Arabic, elevation. To elevate something. Look at the diamond. The diamond when it's raw and dirty in the bottom of the earth. You're spending a lot of money until you take it out and it has a price. You sell it to somebody, he take it and he do a lot of work until he clean it and polish it. It has different price. And if you cut it in different shape and with certain technique, the price goes sky high. Similar, the nafs, the soul, the heart. The more we make effort against it to cure and purify, the more we elevate this soul and this heart. What it mean elevation in here? The elevation according to Allah, I can take you to all the verses, I give it to you later. If you remember Allah is elevation. If you make salah is elevation. If you make sajda is elevation. By any way you worship Allah is elevation. You thanking Allah, your elevation. You do any good deed is elevation. Elevation for your soul, elevation for your heart, elevation for your name, elevation for you this dunya, and in the moment of death is elevation. And in the grave, elevation. In the day of judgment, elevation. In Jannah, elevation. Do you get it or no? That's why the more you cure and you purify your heart, the more you elevate your heart and your soul. It's not the money. It's not the status. It's not the show. It's not the ego. It's not to please the people. No. To please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can be unknown. You can be unknown. And nobody respects you. But you're famous in the kingdom of Allah. And you can be famous all over. Like artist, singer, dancer, politician, rich people. And they can be the most cursed one in earth. And the most one will be in the bottom of the hellfire. That's why famous in this dunya doesn't mean nothing. Some messenger prophet, they give the message, they get torture and they die. But they famous in the kingdom of Allah. What do you left? Nothing. That's why again, don't ever forget the word elevation. Elevation by taking the medication. And after that, once you take the medication, Allah elevate you. Allah elevate your soul, elevate your heart, elevate. What about elevate you with a good quality, with manner, with akhlaq, with character? Elevation. Elevation. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase and emphasize this topic in Surah Al-Shams, chapter Al-Shams, verse 14 and 15 again. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى. No, Surah Al-A'la. Verse 9 and 10. Forgive me, Al-Shams, 9 and 10. In 9 and 10, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Whoever elevates his heart and his soul, he's the successful one. And whoever do not do it, he's the one who disgraces his heart and his soul. Disgrace it. Because he sent it to Jahannam. What else you want? What else you want? Surah Al-Nazi'at, verse 18 and 19, same topic. Abasa, verse 3, وَمَا يَدْرِيكَ لَعَلَّهُ يَزَّكَّى هل لك إلى أن تزكى وأهديك إلى ربك فتخشى. When you go and read all these verses about what? Purifying and curing your soul and your heart by the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Surah Al-Najm, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Don't elevate your soul, meaning don't say, I'm the one. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to say, I'm good. No. Allah knows who's good and who's not. We're not allowed to do it. We're not allowed. And this is why when you look at the marriage and business and any material, we're supposed to do istikhara. Why? Because we do not know. I can sit down, look nice, you look nice. Doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't mean nothing. Because the tazkiyah is belong to Allah. But if you are a mu'min, if you are a believer, you can feel the believer. You can feel the another soul. But because we are sick, we look for the shell. We look for outside. We do not care about the heart. We do not care about the soul. We worry about the shell because we're sick. We're sick. And when you're sick, your vision is not clear. Your vision is not clear. Your desire is not pure. Your thinking is not straight. You know, when somebody's so sick, you said, don't listen to him, he's sick. Don't worry about it. He's hallucinating. He's not normal. Meaning, when you're sick, even according to Sharia, if you reach certain level of sick and pain, whatever you say, this is the mumble. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Similar, if you do not take enough medication in this life, you have no direction. You have no guidance. You can choose things can hurt you. Why? Because we have no guidance. And shaitan take us boo, 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 boo. And what happened? We lose. We lose. We lose internal and we lose external. And if you lose internal and external, meaning you lose in the moment of death, you lose in a grave, you lose وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ in a deep judgment, and you lose when we meet Allah وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. And the ultimate loss, you lost your life and you lost the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is the ultimate loss.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So Najm, which ayat, which verse? So Najm.
Which one you took?
So Najm.
Eh?
So Najm.
Surah Al-Najm. Oh, verse 32. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, هو أعلم بمن اتقى. He knows who is the one. Surah Al-Nisa, chapter Al-Nisa, verse 49. Again, same topic. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَلَمْ تَرَ إِلَى الَّذِينَ يُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَهُمْ بَلِ اللَّهُ يُزَكِّي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Did you not see the people who claim they are good? Allah, He chose whom He wants, and He's the one who do tazkiyah. Surah Al-Baqarah 286. When Allah talk about the nafs, لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. Surah Fussilat 46. Al-Isra verse 7. At-Tur 21. Al-Muddathir 38. Again, the main topic in here again. The main topic is Allah emphasizes. Now, one big one. Surah Al-An'am 122. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَوْ مَنْ كَانَ مَيِّتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ. Is the one he was dead, and we give him a life. وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ نُورًا يَمْشِي بِهِ. And we generate and we give him light, walk with it. بَيْنَ النَّاسِ or فِي النَّاسِ. كَمَنْ مَثَلُهُ فِي الظُّلُمَاتِ لَيْسَ بِخَارِجٍ مِنْهَا. Is the one Allah bring him from death to life, and He give him light to walk with it between people, is equal the one who's walking in the darkness. If you ever walk in the darkness, what happened? It happened to me many times. You walk in the darkness, and you keep hitting things because you cannot see. You cannot see. You claim even you may know, you will never know. Even if you memorize the area, you always will make mistake and you end up by injury. How many people died in the dark? They go in a place and they fall down in the hole. Why is he fall in the hole? They do not want it, but they do not see. Very common. So-and-so was walking, he doesn't see, he fall down. So-and-so walking, he doesn't see, something hit him. Do you understand or no? Is the one has guidance and light from Allah equals the one who's walking in the darkness? Is the one he deal with people with light from Allah equals the one he walk with people يتخبط? Allah uses the word يتخبط. يتخبط coming from get hit. You know, when you walk in the dark, and unexpected, you do not know. You never know when, how, where. Don't ever forget this. You do not know when, how, where. Even if you feel you are so intelligent and you take all the precautions, you still will happen. And you can do damage to yourself and damage to others. Huh? You're sitting in a room in the dark, the light go on, off, you get up so quick, you fall down over somebody, you break his neck. Very famous. Somebody fall down over somebody, break their neck or break the arm. That's why if you're not going to hurt yourself, what are you going to do? You can hurt others. Or you get up, you fall down over me, I tell you why you do this, why you do that, I hit you, you hit me, now we have a big fight. Don't do that, okay? That's why you find out the person who walk in the darkness, how many times it happened. The light go off, and it will be for 2-3 days. Now we have a refrigerator. Everybody's sleeping. I get up at night, I go to the refrigerator, eat some food. But the food for everybody for 3 days. Somebody else see me. He go in the refrigerator again, take some food and hide it. And now the people wake up, find 80% of the food is gone. Now is a big fight. And this is very common in a major accident and major disaster. The behavior of the people, okay, causing a lot of damage, a lot of hate. This is a simple example, but it's real. It's real, even among the family. The light go off, we have 5 fruit somewhere. The light come back on, you find only 2 fruit. What happened to the fruit? My sister eat it, or your brother eat it. Somebody eat it. But anybody talk? Shh, nobody talk. We use the darkness to do whatever we want. Nice people, right? That's why you see what happened when you move in the darkness. Do you understand my example? Meaning you're going to cause mischief. And we can keep talking about too many examples. How many people attack each other? How many people do mischief to each other in the dark? Physical, emotion, sexual, whatever. A lot of mischief. By this way, I'm trying to emphasize one point. What about when a family, somebody of the relative died, and I know about certain property, you do not know about it. I take it quick, and I make a fraud, and I make a bill of sale with my name, and I fraud the signature of my mom. Do you understand what it means now to walk in the darkness between people? No justice, no goodness. Look today, the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer. Why? Why? Dark. The heart is dark. The heart is dark. Do you understand? Do you understand the magnitude between light and dark? This topic is big, is very big, and very important, and very serious. I want you to think for a moment. Think for a moment. Very important. Think for a moment. Let's have a silent, make dua, and think for a moment. Just a moment. We have silent and to think about it. Surah Al-Anfal, verse 24. الذين آمنوا استجيبوا لله وللرسول إذا دعاكم لما يحييكم. Accept what Allah sent you and His Messenger to what elevate you and make you alive. وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَحُولَ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَقَلْبِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He make a wall between you and your heart. He make a gap. He make you cannot reach your heart. Today some people said, how is people killing? How is people do mischief? Somebody give them advice. No, you cannot. You cannot. How many times you hear it from me? And if you listen to me, you will get it. And I will show you now from Quran. From Quran. When Allah emphasizes about this topic, you will hear it now from Quran, and I will explain it to you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Yunus, verse 31, يخرج الحي من الميت ويخرج الميت من الحي. Allah created life from dead. Allah created the dead from alive. Look at the trees. Look at the seed. The seed, look for you, is dead. It's dead. The seed is dry, so dry. You need a hammer to smash it. And look, it bring a tree and food. From where? From a dry seed? Very dry, has no life? I'm not here to give you all the example and everything, because I won't focus on only one topic. Now listen to this. وَالَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا صُمٌّ وَبُكْمٌ فِي الظُّلُمَاتِ. Surah Al-An'am, verse 39. Those who deny our signs and our guidance, صُمٌّ, they cannot hear, deaf. بُكْمٌ, they cannot say anything. فِي الظُّلُمَاتِ, in the darkness again. Did you ever been in a cave? In a dark cave? Or in a dark desert? I want you to listen to this and don't ever forget it. If a person get lost even in a cave or somewhere, hey yo, I am here, and they wave. By this way, you're using the faculty of seeing, talking, and hearing. And another person, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. And now the communication coming, and now one can be saved, or somebody can save somebody. Look, the example of Allah is very critical. If you are deaf, mute, and you cannot see in the darkness, can you call me to help you? Can you? Can you hear me? I won't help you. You cannot hear me. What's the value of screaming? Hello! You cannot see me. What's the value? But this nothing to do with what we're talking about it. Allah gives the example of the dead heart or the sick heart. They cannot see, they cannot comprehend, they cannot hear, and they cannot seek guidance. Do you get it? How many people you meet, and even part of your family, you're waiting for them just to ask, I want to talk about Allah. They will not mention it. You talk about Allah, shh, talk about something else. And if they see goodness, they do not care. Do you get it or no? Hello? Are you alive or dead? How many times I'm making halaqah and I can tell you, some people sit like a zombie. When you sit like a zombie, what it mean? You're dead. You can be sitting, but you're dead. You are blocked. Allah veil between you and your heart. Imagine if Allah veils somebody's heart. I scream, what it will do? I yell, what it will do? You yell to me, what it will? Nothing. Do you get it or not yet? Apply it in your life. And we have the famous verses. The most beloved to me is verse 35 from Surah An-Nur. Verse 35 from Surah An-Nur, when Allah talk about His Nur. The Nur of Allah. The Nur of Allah. What is guidance? Is Nur. Nur. Allah is Nur. He give His knowledge and His guidance to Jibreel made from Nur. Send it to us as a Nur. Give it to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is Nur. To give it to us as a Nur to illuminate our heart and our soul. Now after that, immediately, again, Surah An-Nur. After Allah explained about His Nur, listen to this carefully now. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, and those who deny Allah, أَعْمَالُهُمْ كَسَرَابٍ بَقِيعَةٍ, like illusion, like mirage, does not exist. How many people walking in the desert? Is here, I can see it. And they keep running. Does not exist. It's not true. This is the example of the person who deny Allah. He always see what? Nothing as goodness for him. The person who running in the desert see mirage after mirage. He kept going until he died. Do you understand or no? Hello? Do you understand me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
You're sure? You have a heart?
Yes.
I hope so. I hope so. This is my topic today. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He said, and this person, once he arrives to this illusion, what will happen? He find it blank. Similar, some people sitting and listening to the word of Allah and busy with something else. They keep themselves occupied to the point they have 2-3 things in one time. Does not exist with a mu'min. The mu'min, one thing at a time. And this is why even if you do zikr, it will not benefit you. If you remember Allah, it will not benefit you. If you read Quran, it will not benefit you. If you listen to session, it will not enter because you're so busy. Your eyes is busy. Your faculty is busy. Look at when they want somebody to program them. They put them in the darkness for some time. And they let them hear one message, only one message. Why they close the eyes? Because they want the person focus in what he hearing. Look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when messenger or prophet, before they became messenger prophet, they go to the desert. Today, one of the diseases of the ummah and among the young educated people, their finger cannot be quiet, their eyes cannot be quiet, their brain cannot be quiet. One of my relatives, I'm talking to him, his wife talking to him, and he playing with the laptop, and he's talking to his manager. And I can hear, you can hear the finger over the keyboard. Yes, yes, okay, yes, okay. Honest to Allah, this hypocrisy. And the person will never benefit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not create your faculty to cause a collision. Imagine a traffic light, 3-4 direction, all of them open. What will happen? Crash! No. Crashes. Crashes. Imagine when you generate crashes in your heart and your soul. And after that, shaitan make you arrogant and make you feel, MashaAllah, you can do it. You're super duper. You can do 2-3 things in one time. This is one of the signs of hypocrisy. This is why when we listen to Quran, we have to listen only to Quran. Messenger prophet, they go to the desert. Why Allah send them to the desert? To let them focus. You have to focus. And if you do not train your soul to focus, what will happen? It become a disease. A disease become a habit. And it will eat you alive. To the point even when you sit, when you look at the people who really are Sufi, they have this word, tawajjuh ilallah. What is tawajjuh ilallah? Meaning his focus with Allah. We're supposed to have tawajjuh in salah. We're supposed to have tawajjuh in the time of dua. And if you really reach a high level of iman, you are all the time with Allah. We'll explain it in a few minutes. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He explained about the person he's running after mirage in the desert and the person he's running after fake things. He said, like the person who lived in this life and all of a sudden he died and he go meet Allah and he find he has nothing. Nothing. You have nothing. You have nothing. You waste your life. فَوَفَّاهُ حِسَابَهُ وَاللَّهُ سَرِيعُ الْحِسَابِ. This verse is very powerful. Very powerful. After that, Allah give you another example to emphasize it. أو كظلمات, darkness. في بحر لجي, in a sea is very high. Listen carefully now, the example of Allah, the second one after another. Or a person in the darkness of the sea, extreme darkness, in a severe heavy waves, and the wave coming from the top and the bottom and the side and everywhere. Darkness over darkness. Did you ever example that? Only if you example that you will understand. Darkness from the top, darkness from the bottom, darkness from the side, darkness from the other side, darkness all over. When a boat reaches this level, what it means? When you study or even watching any movie, once anybody's in this position, they said, oh my God, finished. No technology. No technology. Nothing. I was listening to one man, he was successfully escaped from final death in the middle of a situation like that. And he was very honest. They said, what saved you? He said, in the middle of all this darkness, I find out there's no way out. I said, oh my God. And the moment I said, oh my God, the electricity came back to the boat. I called Mayday, Mayday, and I called for help. And the boat went dark again. And they asked him, what make you believe? What saved you? He said, it's not the electricity. It's my word, oh my God. This what saved me. One person is not a Muslim in the middle of the sea, but he said it honestly, oh my God. Allah promised, whoever call Allah only, Allah will save him. Now he knows the two engine is broken. Light is finished. He's in the darkness of the sea. Darkness of the sea is heavy. Allah give you the example of the desert, the example of the sea. Why? If you get lost in the desert, you're dead. And if you get lost in the sea, you're dead. There's no another way. There's no another way. Look at the ending of this verse. This verse number 40, chapter An-Nur. It is 39, 40. This is what I said before. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and إِذَا أَخْرَجَ يَدَهُ لَمْ يَقُدْ يَرَاهَا. People in the darkness, if you put your hand up, what will happen? Can you even see your hand? No. Can anybody see your hand? No. And after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ لَهُ نُورًا فَمَا لَهُ مِنْ نُورٍ. And whoever Allah do not give him light, he has no light. Do you understand or no? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, brother.
Now, in another hand, what Allah talk about here? If you have no strong faith, if strong belief in Allah, if you do not have real iman, if you do not have the proper knowledge, how you can be saved? How? And Allah Surah Al-A'raf, verse 201. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained, those who have taqwa, إِذَا مَسَّهُمْ طَائِفٌ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ. Those who have taqwa, if they've been touched by shaitan, تذكروا, they wake up. فَإِذَا هُمْ مُبْصِرُونَ. If you really have iman, even if shaitan give you attack, you can be in a state of sins, in a state of wrong for some time. And once I give you a call, once I talk to you, astaghfirullah al-azim, what I'm doing? تذكروا فإذا هم مبصرون. And once you remember, now you can see. And Allah talk about the same thing in Surah Yusuf, verse 24, when the woman tried to, what do you call it? Like to persuade Yusuf alayhi salam to do something with her. What happened? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed him to see. To see what? To see with his heart. Allah allowed him to see. To see what? To remember Iman, to remember Allah. Everybody talk about it, but in here we talk about something. Ibrahim alayhi salam, Surah Ibrahim, verse 1. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He talk about in the ayat of Allah, the Quran, لِتُخْرِجَ النَّاسَ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ. What's the purpose of Quran? To take the people from darkness to light. And Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 257, Allah وَلِيُّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Allah is the wali, the guardian friend of the الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. يُخْرِجْهُمْ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ. He gets them out from darkness to light. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَوْلِيَاءُهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ وَأَوْلِيَاءُهُمُ الطَّاغُوتُ. And those who disbelieve, their wali is their own nafs, material life, shaitan. يُخْرِجُونَهُمْ مِنَ النُّورِ إِلَى الظُّلُمَاتِ. They get them out from light to darkness. I give you example. Today we hear the message. We are sitting, we get a reminder. Allah give us guidance. He give us light. Now you leave from here. You have the light. Now you belong to Allah. And what happened? You go visit somebody else. The person, he gave you another advice, take you from light to darkness. Now, who you blame? If you are a believer, you listen to the message of Allah. If you are a disbeliever or a hypocrite, you listen to other. This very scary verse. Surah Al-Hadid, verse 28. يا أيها الذين آمنوا, O you believe, اتقوا الله, have taqwa, وآمنوا برسوله, and believe in his messenger. يؤتكم كفلين من رحمته, he will give you double of his rahmah, a lot. ويجعل لكم نورا تمشون به, and he will give you light, you walk with it. And he will give you light, you walk with it. And he will give you light, you walk with it. What happens if we do not have light? How we walk between each other? Surah Al-Ra'd, verse 17. Again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He explained to us about the water coming from the sky, bringing goodness, or the darkness and light. Is the water equal drought? Is the light equal darkness? He said, no way. He said, this is similar. The one Allah give him light, not equal the one who give him darkness, or the one who walk with darkness. And this amthal, Allah give it to us. The example, Allah give it to us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Munafiqun, Surah Al-Munafiqeen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained about Munafiqeen, the hypocrite. Ya Allah. And Surah Al-Baqarah again, 17 to 20.
We did not get the ayat number for Surah Munafiqeen. Verse
Okay. I'm sorry, it's not Surah Al-Munafiqeen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk about the hypocrite. Forgive me. It's my mistake. Allah talk about the hypocrite in Surah Al-Baqarah 17 to 20. Verse 17 to 20. Allah, He gave the example of the hypocrite. He said the example of the hypocrite like the one who generates a fire. And when the fire generates light, Allah takes the light away from them. And He leaves them in their darkness. They cannot see. This is the example when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us guidance and we do not follow the guidance of Allah. After that, Allah explain who they are. Someone, bukmun, umyun. فَهُمْ لَا يَرْجَعُونَ. They are deaf, mute, and blind. They cannot come back. Again, if you ever go to a cave and you cannot talk, and you cannot hear, and you cannot see, how you can come out? Or any place dark. Can you ask for help? Can you hear if somebody won't help you? Can you see? This is scary. By this way, if Allah make a person mute, deaf and blind, can you help the person? Can you? How many of us have members of the family like that? They're not seeking nothing. Nothing you can do. He can keep talking. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, or another example, like water, rain, very beautiful coming from the sky. It containing thunder and lightning. They put their finger in their ears. They fear from death. and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care about it. Again, here is metaphor about the qudra of Allah. And what happens if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even when you see lightning, what the first thing you do? You close your eyes because you're afraid the lightning can take you. Can you benefit from lightning? Can you benefit from the light of lightning? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, this is the example of those who are hypocrite. They get up and fall down. Like the people running in a storm. Fear from death. They cannot benefit from lightning. They cannot benefit from the light. They cannot benefit from the water. What is the point so far? After that, again, verse 171, Surah Al-Baqarah. He said, the people who disbelieve, or the unbeliever, like the example of somebody making noise, making sound like a donkey, with what he cannot hear, and they cannot see, and they cannot talk. فَهُمْ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. They cannot comprehend. Meaning what? Talk nonsense. How many people talk and hear, but for no guidance. It's just a talk. You go today to a member of the family, and when you listen, everybody you hear the noise, to the point it gives you death. It makes you get upset. If you go to any mall, the music and people talking and this and that, it can give you a headache. And what benefit? No benefit. Why? Because they are people have no intellect. This is what Allah said. Now, this is what I always tell you. Surah Yunus, verse 42, 43. This is very important. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَسْتَمِعُونَ إِلَيْكَ. And among them, they hear you. But what it means? They just hear you. Acha, ji. Acha, ji. And keep Acha, ji, acha, ji, acha, ji. If you ask him what I said, it's nice. Acha, ji. Is the person really listening? No, it's acha, ji. What Allah talk about these people? وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَسْتَمِعُ إِلَيْكَ. And among them, they show like they hear you. Okay? This is repeated in Surah Yunus and Surah Al-An'am. I'm going to tell you. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَسْتَمِعُونَ إِلَيْكَ أَفَأَنْتَ تُسْمَعُ الصَّمَّ وَلَوْ كَانُوا لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. Can you let the deaf hear if they cannot comprehend? وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَنْظُرُ إِلَيْكَ أَفَأَنْتَ تَهْدِي الْعُمْيَ وَلَوْ كَانُوا لَا يَبْصِرُونَ. Can you guide those who are blind if they do not want it? And Surah Al-An'am, Allah repeated again the same topic. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَسْتَمِعُ إِلَيْكَ. And among them, they hear you. وَجَعَلْنَا عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ أَكِنَّةً. And we generate veil over their heart. Veil or sealed over their heart. وَفِي آذَانِهِمْ وَقْرٌ. They cannot hear. And if they can hear, they cannot comprehend. And they have wax over their ear. They cannot hear. And if they see every sign, they cannot believe. And if they come, they said, what you say? This is just a talk. This is the early people. Do you get it or no? And this Surah Fussilat, verse 5, same. Allah talk about the hypocrite and disbeliever or unbeliever. Allah veil their heart, put wax in their ear, and veil their eyes, they cannot see. And this again, verse 171, Al-Baqarah. Allah tell them like the one who talk like a donkey, but he cannot hear, and he cannot see, and he cannot comprehend. And Surah Al-A'raf and Surah Al-Furqan, same topic exactly. Al-Furqan verse 44, Al-A'raf verse 179. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَمْ تَحْسَبُ أَنَّ أَكْثَرَهُمْ يَسْمَعُونَ أَوْ يَعْقِلُونَ. Do you believe the majority can listen and understand and comprehend? No. إِنْهُمْ إِلَّا كَالْأَنْعَامِ. They are like animal. بَلْ هُمْ أَضَلُّ. They are worst. And Surah Al-A'raf 179, وَلَقَدْ ذَرَأْنَا لِجَهَنَّمَ كَثِيرًا مِنَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ. And we allow people from jinn and ins, لَهُمْ قُلُوبٌ لَا يَفْقَهُونَ بِهَا. They have heart, they cannot comprehend with it. وَلَهُمْ أَعْيُنٌ لَا يَبْصِرُونَ بِهَا. And they have eyes, they cannot see. وَلَهُمْ آذَانٌ لَا يَسْمَعُونَ بِهَا. And they have ears, they cannot hear. أُولَئِكَ كَالْأَنْعَامِ. They are like animal. بَلْ هُمْ أَضَلُّ. But they are worst. What do you think? Apply it to yourself, apply it to people around you. How many mother or father or husband or daughter or somebody, we have relative or we have people around us or member of the family, and we try to guide them, but they cannot hear, they cannot comprehend, they're not there. How many times you go to Islamic gathering and the person sitting, after the gathering you ask the person, what you heard today? Oh, it's nice, it's nice. Achaji, and that's it. Why? Something wrong in the heart. What happens if you have something wrong in the heart? You cannot hear. You cannot comprehend. You cannot understand. Do you get it or no? By this way, what happens if we have diseases in the heart? We have veils over the heart. We have the veil over the ears. We cannot see, we cannot hear, we cannot comprehend. What do you think? What about the one who said, I'm a Muslim, I'm fine? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what he said? He said, the sign of the hypocrite is 3, and another riwayah is 4. If he talk, he lie. And if you trust him, he betrayed the trust. And if he promise, he will never fulfill. And if you have any argue or any hardship with each other, he go talk negative about you. Oh, he used to do that. May Allah forgive us. If you ask me, one of the early tabi'in, he said, I met 30 of the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and all of them fear they are a hypocrite. 30 of the companions, one man, he said, I met 30 of the companions of Rasulullah, and all of them believe they are a hypocrite. Today, me and you, everybody, mashallah, we're very fine. No, we're not fine at all. I'm not fine. Really, I'm not fine. I'm full of diseases. I'm just a talker. I'm just a talker. I'm talking to you and I'm talking to myself. And the lucky one, Allah opened his heart and allowed him to cure before he died. Do you understand or no? You understand? Hmm? What time now?
4 o'clock.
Subhanallah. Believe it or not, this is what I was wanted to stop to think about what we said. And we should now say Surah Al-Fatiha, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. If you ask me to gather now we know the importance of knowing if I'm sick. The problem today in the Ummah, the majority of people do not believe they are sick. But if you claim you're not sick, you might be dead, not sick. Because if you believe you're sick, you have a hope. But if you believe you're not sick, you're dead. Because if you believe you're sick, you will seek guidance. And if you seek guidance, meaning still is a hope, is a light inside your heart. But if you believe I'm fine, go to talk to somebody else. Nothing you can do. May Allah save us. Really, may Allah save us. Because the lucky among us now, who takes the medication the maximum he can, he humble himself. You see, when you go to the doctor, sit down, take your clothes off, take injection, we're going to cut your leg, we're going to... Whatever he tell you, you will never disagree. And he can do all this and you find out, oh, he was wrong. You know, how many times you go to the doctor, especially dentist. I hope, what's her name? She's not here. You go to the dentist and this, okay. And after he takes the teeth out, what happened? Doctor, it still hurt. Which one? This one. I was thinking this one. But you sit and you're lying down and you relax and you trust the doctor, the one he can be wrong. What about Allah Jalla Jalaluhu? The one who, he is a real doctor. The doctor, he will never be wrong. He will never go to sleep. He will never give you the wrong medication. Do we take the medication of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu with the same zeal, astaghfirullah al-azim, of a doctor? Can be wrong? Today, he's a good doctor. He's 100%. What happened to your sister? She's dead. What happened to the doctor? He gave her wrong medication. How a story like that? You see? We believe and trust in the doctor 100%. And the doctor is the one he can make a big boo-boo, out of boo-boo. Like in Egypt, a couple of months ago, one doctor had operation and he forget the towel. He forget the towel inside the body of somebody. The whole towel. And the person get infection and he's dead. Good doctor. Trust him. Imagine Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we do not give him little bit of the trust. And the people will trust. The word of Allah we do not trust. And the word of people trust. This is blindness. But with the first guidance, when you value the light of Allah, and you're willing to do it to get some light of Allah, you will spend any money or any time or any effort to get some guidance and closeness to Allah. And the more you do that, the more you're taking the medication from Allah. And the more you take the medication containing guidance, containing rahmah, containing light, containing wisdom. And now people with what? With nur, with light. And now you can have justice, you can have rahmah. You can have goodness, you can have generosity. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Did you hear me? Wallahi, you should be very happy. Anybody sit here today should be very happy. At least you have a chance. Now you should say, Allah, please, Ya Allah, don't take my heart away. Don't give me darkness after light. Don't kill my heart after you give me a life. Because the life of the heart was guidance. And oh Allah, please, Ya Allah, don't snatch my iman away, Ya Allah. Now how I do that? Now we're talking. Now all this, now we have to seek guidance. We have to be in the right environment, with the right companion, with the right cause. One side of that, I am willing to spend any amount of money and any amount of time. I'm willing to do anything for my guidance and my life from Allah. The more you do that, the more you seek. And after that, I have to do a lot of being quiet. Quiet. And either I do zikrullah or be quiet. And I have to be always busy for sabilillah. The maximum I can. When you do that, now you're guarding your soul, you're guarding your heart, and even your thought. Don't allow yourself to thought too long. The mu'min do not think. The mu'min think about Allah, about Jannah, about Jahannam, about the day of judgment, about Akhirah, about the journey of the soul. This only topic we think about. What about the material? We should not think about it. It will happen. It's written. But the mujahada in what we're supposed to achieve. You get it or not? Hello?
Yes, brother.
If you have pain in your body, when you study what pain? Pain is a sign that tells you something wrong in this area. That's it. And every time you have pain, thank Allah. The moment you thank Allah, this pain is cleansing and purification and elevation. What about when dunya? I'm in big trouble. I'm in big trouble. Because it make me lazy. It make me rusty. It make me do not care. And now my heart is sick. And my heart can be sick until it's done. But the depth of the heart in this life is very bad. Because if your heart is sick or dead in this life, the moment you die, the charge starts. And the more you purify your heart now, the moment you die, you get pleasure. Now choose. And this is called Iman. Please right now, just spend some time, beg Allah, and make dua, and do a lot of zikr. And reflect over yourself, make tawbah, make istighfar, and beg subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring us among those who died in your heart. This is the most important. And if we sincere in that, we'll do everything possible to have that. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد اللهم الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك اللهم اجعلنا من الحامدين واجعلنا من الشاكرين والهداة المهديين غير ضالين أو مضلين أو فاتنين أو مفتونين أو مبتدعين بفضلك وجودك وكرمك وإحسانك يا رب العالمين اللهم حبب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا وباعد بيننا وبين الكفر والفسوق والعصيان واجعلنا من الراشدين ربي إلهي مولاي اشف قلوبنا يا ربي اشف قلوبنا من كل الأمراض اشف قلوبنا من كل الأمراض واجعلنا صادقين مخلصين مهديين يا رب العالمين واجعلنا من أهل الهدى والرضا واليقين والتوكل والحكمة والبصيرة، واجعلنا وبك وإليك يا ربي. يا إلهي حبب إلينا الإيمان، يا رب يا إلهي حبب إلينا الإيمان، يا رب يا إلهي حبب إلينا الإيمان، ولا تجعل مصيبتنا في ديننا، ولا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا، والآخرة هي دارنا، والفردوس هي مستقرنا، والنظر إلى وجهك الكريم هو منتهانا. رب إلهي مولاي تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم، وتب علينا مولانا إنك أنت أرحم الراحمين. وصلى على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان العزة عما يصفون، وسلام على المرسلين، والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك، أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت، أستغفرك وأتوب إليك، ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وحسبي الله ونعم الوكيل، وأفوض أمري إلى الله، إن الله بصير بالعباد. جزاكم الله كل خير، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.